Good morning, Manish. Thank you for joining today's interview session. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Amol. Doing great. What about you?
Yeah, good morning. I'm good. Thank you for asking. Before proceeding with the interview, can you give brief introduction about yourself?
Yes, Amol. I'm Manish Yadav. I've been working in IT industry from last 3 years, and from last 1 year I have been working in the live projects in Microsoft Dynamics, in which I've been seeing there were projects given implementation projects were given to us, where we used to find out there were multiple states where the production was going on, and we have to find out in which state the production was the benefited, where the profitable business was going on. And so we used to have a agile process in where we used to have daily calls, daily meetings, and every month the scrum calls were there. And there we used to discuss the blockages which all we used to receive, and we have to make sure that the project is completed within the time frame. Thank
Okay.
you, Aman.
Okay. Thank you, Manish, for your brief introduction. So you have mentioned 3 years of experience you have and all into the Microsoft Dynamics, right?
Yes, Aman.
Okay. So during this 3 years of experience, can you tell me on which different project you have worked?
Yeah, actually, we are working in both. I'm working in implementation and support, both the projects. In support, I used to take care of the queries for the P2P, in which procurement to pay things happen. And I wish to receive some blockages or something, or we have to clear the blockages, and whatever the ticket has to be raised. And according to that, you have to take actions.
Okay. So if you talk about the implementation, then can you tell me, like, have you worked on any of the project which you have, started and you was there into that project till the production release? Have you done any production release?
Till now, not yet.
Okay, till the time you haven't did any production release.
Yes, fully.
Okay, fully. Okay. Okay, fine. And you have mentioned about agile methodology, right?
Yes.
Can you explain how you are following the agile methodology? What are different processes you are following? Can you tell me?
In Agile, what happens? There's a Scrum Master who calls up the meeting, and every candidate or every person present the team, they are allocated a different work, and they are assigned a different works, and on which a daily meeting is there, which you discuss what is the progress we have done, if we have some blockages we are facing, and whatever the blockages were there, then if it's resolved, then we used to discuss in the meeting. And every month one scrum call was there where we have to discuss whether how much we have completed the process.
Okay, and what is the duration of your sprint?
The duration of my sprint was 3 months.
3 months of. Do you not think it's a too much length for the for one sprint?
Yeah, it is because there were a lot of blockages were there which was not cleared, so it
Mhm.
took us time.
Okay, but see, if you if you consider 3 months as a your sprint length, then what will happen? There means if you are aware about there is few meetings at the end of the sprint, right? Sprint
Yes,
review, correct? Sprint review meeting will be there, correct? So
yes,
if you design your sprint for 3 months, then whatever the mistakes you will do, you will be overcoming that after 3 months. Do you not
yeah,
think it's uh, your length of the sprint is too much? It should be short.
yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fine. So Manish, can you tell me, while working on any of the implementation project, uh, have you faced any difficulty?
Yeah, there are many difficulties when you do a implementation project,
Can you
like
mention any
the
of?
information which we Yeah. The information which we received from the accounts department or finance department, sometimes that's not accurate to, and they're not that much information to we can do our the implementations. And then there are many things like when you do in the Microsoft Dynamics process, there are many things which we knew, like for the taxation, what all has to be put it. So all the information is given to us properly and at a timely manner, then we can finish the implementation on time.
Okay. And let's say if you face such kind of challenges, then how you overcome during your project?
For that only, we have the daily sprint calls and everything. The calls are there, the meetings are there, and which the seniors take care of that and he make sure that the data is given to us on timely manner.
Okay. That is great. So, Manish, tell me, suppose in your team, if any decision which you have taken, which goes against you, okay, then in that situation, like means in this situation, how you will handle? Let's say any decision is there which goes against you. Then in that case, how you will handle?
Yeah, if first of all, I make sure that I ask my seniors whatever I'm doing. I ask their permissions every time. Whatever decision I'm taking, I'll just show to them, and then only I'll implement it. Then also some decisions are there which are I have done wrongly, so I'll accept that and I make sure that I don't repeat it in the going future projects.
Okay, okay, fine. So one last question from my side, Manish.
Yes.
Uh, where do you see yourself in next 5 years of time?
Yeah, I see myself growing in Microsoft Dynamics, and I want to be a senior consultant in 5 years.
Okay, only senior consultant, because what I can see you have already spent 3 years of time, and if you consider next 5 years means it will be 8 years of experience. Then only you
Yeah,
see.
but I know that slowly and gradually. Yeah, but I also know that slowly and gradually, only we can. There's no rocket science formula that you can just reach somewhere in within a small time span of time. It takes time to learn and things, and to upgrade your skills, and then only you can aim for the bigger. So it takes time. I know that because everything has its process, everything has a time, and even the companies have that time frame in where they give us that promotions or hikes. So I'm very much aware of that. So that's why.
Okay, thank you, Manish. I am done from my side. I will hand over to Tushi madam for technical interview. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you, Pritush.
Hello, hi Manish. How are you today?
Hi, ma'am. Good, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so I will be conducting your technical round. I just want to understand what are the modules you have worked uh, for your last implementations.
Yes, ma'am. I have just basically I have the live implementation which was given to me. I have worked on all the legal entities and the procurement to pay and sales order.
So you are saying you have worked on AP module, AR module, and general ledger and organization module, organization
Yes.
administration module.
I was as yes, ma'am.
So have you worked on cash and bank module, fixed asset?
I have not worked it, but I've heard about it and I have seen it.
Okay, no worries. So can you please tell me what are the mandatory setup that you do to create a legal entity?
Yes, yes, ma'am. In legal entity, you just need to go to the organization administration setup. Over there in organization, you have to click on that, and then there are multiple setups are there in which you need to set up the language, you need to set up the your address of the and the country of the company's address, the company's code, the company's address, and the warehouse address, and then you have to set up the primary contact number over there, and then you have to step by step. Then when you go down, then you have to over there you have to set up the logos of the company, and then you have to all everything taxation and everything has to be set up in that.
Taxation setup also you do in the legal entity form itself?
Sorry.
Do you do taxation setup in the legal entity
Not the
form?
setup, not the setup. It, you just have to put in under which region it comes.
Sorry, what?
In under which region it comes. Europe, where like when you set up all the address and everything that you provide in over there, you have to provide the information over there.
Okay. And then what else you do for legal entity setup?
When the legal entity setups, then after that we when after this information of the company setup, the address, the phone number, the logos and modules, then we set up their bank accounts, chart of the main bank accounts. Then it has been set up in that.
So
And
yeah, continue.
number sequence is there. In
Okay.
that
Then
we set up the number sequence. Then we set up the bank information for the company through which it will pay to the vendors. Through
no.
it
What I want to know is what are the first mandatory steps that you do that your legal entity is activated? So you said you create a legal entity form, you create a number sequence, then what are the other setups that you do?
Yeah, the primary contact number is set, the address is set up, and
Do you
all the
create a
information.
calendar? Do you create a calendar?
Yeah, physical and ledger,
Okay.
both calendars. We create the calendars. After that,
Then,
after the
then
number
after,
sequence, we create the calendar, and then after the calendar,
what about
another
currency?
chart of accounts, only the main the currencies. Yeah, we set up the currencies also. First, we see the in which the currency has been traded. If it's dollar or dollar to rupees or rupees to dollar, and according to that, we change the currencies in that.
What
Set
is that
the
called?
currencies.
Where you defined dollar to INR and INR to USD, what setup that you do for this?
It's exchange rate only, but I'm not able to get the terminology exactly.
Okay. Okay, then what you do after creating a currency? Then what else setup you do?
Calendars, yes. I'm not able to remember it now.
So first of all, you okay, fine. Then did you create account structure? Do you know how to create an account structure?
Ma'am, chart of accounts. You're talking about chart of accounts or
I'm talking about account structure. Do you know what is advanced rule?
right now I'm not able to recollect it, ma'am.
Do you know how to create a journal entry?
No, I know it,
Do
but
you know-
I'm not able to say it.
Did you ever create a new journal?
Yes, I've created a new journal while the project was given to me.
Mm-hmm.
I
How do you create
know.
it?
Yeah, this is when you go to the journals and then you set up everything in that, the payments and everything. All the
No,
transaction details have been set up in that, whatever the transaction details we do.
no. When you create a new journal, you okay, fine. Anyways, you need to go through this. Okay. And you said you have worked in accounts payable module. Do you know what is how to create a purchase order?
Yes.
Can you please tell me the P2P cycle?
Yeah, in P2P cycle, when we first of all we have to make sure that in P2P cycle, first we create the purchase order, and in that when you see that the purchase type or three types of purchase type are there, that is purchase order and journal is there, in which journal is just for we save it for the in the draft, we don't show it anywhere, it is only saved in the draft. And in purchase order, all the transaction which we all do it, we showed in the purchase order. And in purchase order, we likely to put the line item and the amount in that purchase order for the vendors.
For creating a purchase order, what is the first thing that you select?
In the module,
While creating a purchase order, what is the first thing that you select? When you click on purchase order, when you're starting to create a new purchase order, what is the first thing that you select?
Means when I create, then there's a line item is there which you choose it over there.
Directly you go to the line items. Don't you select a vendor?
Yes, we'll select a vendor.
Okay. Then after that,
After selecting the vendor, then you have to select there 3 to 4 drop downs are there in which we have to select the warehouse and everything in that setup. The
what is,
amount,
what is that part called? Where do you select all those things?
in the purchase order itself, when you start selecting the vendors, that all the drop down comes in that we have to select each and everything. There are 4 to 5 drop downs in which we have to do all these things.
Okay, that's it. What are the continue on the other setups? What you do for purchase order?
Is it possible that I can give it because I'm not little bit prepared this time?
I think
I'm not collecting the things.
okay, I'll stop the interview here. I'll proceed with the feedback first, Amol. Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel you are not at all prepared. Okay. It looks like you're hearing things from me the first time, and no way. 3 years of experience with this kind of knowledge base, please don't sit for the interview. It is like you don't know how to create a legal entity, you don't know how to create a journal, nothing, not at all prepared. It looks like you haven't even seen the software. It looks like that. So no, not at all. It will be a complete rejection for you if you go for interview like this. So technically, I would say no, not at all. And implementation, you have said you haven't you haven't go live with any project. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
How come you're working for 3 years? You've worked in implementation, no project went on live. How is it even possible? In 3 years, at least you must have worked on either you have worked on 2 implementation, or at least you have worked on 1 implementation and rest 2 years in support. Okay, like this you have to justify. And if you have worked on 1 implementation, means you were the part of core project team. So so the project has to go live.
Yes.
Otherwise, without a project going live, you haven't worked on the implementation. Okay. Or if you don't want to show your implementation experience, you can just say that I've worked in support. And in support, I have worked on mini project, but even mini project goes on live.
Yes.
Okay. Please go through your materials. Please go through the
Just give me
recordings.
1 month. Yeah, man. Just give me 1 month because I've been a little bit busy with my personal life. Just give me 1 month. I make sure that I prove myself. Just I want 1 month from you all because a little bit mess was there around me. So I'll be prepared by in Jan. That's I can promise to you all.
Okay, so since you are already saying he's not prepared, so I won't go
Yeah.
further with my feedback. Just maybe next time I hope you will be prepared for an
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah. जी, जी.